Alright, hey guys, how we doing? So we're back with another Seth the Programmer video. Loving this. This is a recent one. The title just straight away was just like, whoa. Because I've not seen many videos about the third Hokage. Hiruzen was his name? I'm terrible with names, I'm so sorry. It's like, at the start, decent. That fight with Orochimaru was boss. It was absolutely boss. But you don't really get many people talking about him, which I find quite interesting. And yeah, I'm intrigued to see what Seth's got to say on the matter. So let's check this out. The third Hokage is underrated.
So throughout Naruto's run, there have been a few memes that have come about due to the exaggerated tales the Naruto-verse will tell about certain shinobi, or just because they're spastic enough to attract those ramen guy solos, XD forms.
Ramen guy would win.
It's essentially the equivalent of the memes kids in the Dragon Ball community use when they say Yamcha, armed with the shotgun, or Monica solos, XD.
Right.
And one of these memes happens to be Hiruzen, the god of all shinobi, the master of all techniques, the man who could solo anybody in his time. Now, of course, it's an exaggeration, but it's somewhat of a clever exaggeration that I actually appreciate because of how the data books and characters actually jerked Hiruzen off during part 1 of Naruto, and then suddenly acted like he didn't exist in part 2.
Just disappeared.
Many people who talk about Hiruzen's powers tend to do it in a somewhat faulty way, completely disregarding his lore as like a meme, and trying to simply scale him to Orochimaru when he was almost 70 years old during that encounter. Pretty much the same conclusion YouTubers and all subpar Naruto debaters comes to is this: in his prime, he could probably just like be a Sannin but stronger or something. And this is ubiquitous. Go to any Hokage ranking video or any Hiruzen discussion video and they all say pretty much the same hot garbage without truly analyzing what Hiruzen Sarutobi is actually capable of. We're going to be going into more of a power scaling sense in this video and how he stacks up in his own series, and we're going to be avoiding calculations and AP levels in this video, so sorry in advance for people who wanted something like that. And I know I'm coming off strong with this intro and I know it's going to get a lot of hate off of that alone, but I just want to kind of open the community's eyes to this weird cognitive dissonance it has with this character. Because for the most part, all of those Hiruzen wank memes are just that, a fucking meme, with the downplay being unironic and something to look at far more critically. Now, before we can talk about Hiruzen's true strength, we really need to get out our sparkly white gloves and duster out and really brush off this old rusty monument of an argument concerning Hiruzen versus Orochimaru. So most people aren't aware of this, but for one, Orochimaru has 7 states throughout the main series that he can be scaled to, and all of them have much different powers for the most part. You have Orochimaru in his Sannin days, the one that fought Jiraiya and Hanzo, Orochimaru post-time skip that fought Hiruzen, Orochimaru that fought 4-tailed version 2 Naruto, Orochimaru that fought Sasuke, the one that fought Itachi, Orochimaru in the war, and in Boruto. The problem here is that people don't understand the difference between the Orochimaru that fought Hiruzen and the one that fought 4-tailed Naruto. The Orochimaru that fought 4-tailed Naruto was theorized by Jiraiya and somewhat shown to really kind of hit his limits fighting the 4-tailed version 2 9-tailed. So many people scale this. They're like, oh, Orochimaru was probably similar to base Jiraiya or something, but people forget or missed 2 things. Those 2 things being, 1, Orochimaru's body was rejecting him, and 2, Orochimaru's powers were still stolen from Hiruzen.
Of course, he had no arms.
So after Hiruzen stole Orochimaru's powers in his arms, even after he stole and got new bodies, he never regained those powers Hiruzen stole. This is stated by Orochimaru.
He was stronger when he fought Hiruzen.
The past 4 Hokages and his arms start like glowing pretty much. So all of those abilities and strength he used to even compete with Hiruzen were mostly lost. This is why Orochimaru seemed so much stronger versus swirly Tobi Zetsu compared to how he seemed earlier in Shippuden. It's then stated that Hiruzen at basically 70 years old is the strongest of the 5 Kage, stronger than Inoki and Raikage A. And in fact, you could argue Inoki and A were stronger when Hiruzen was Hokage, since it's implied Inoki has been out of shape for a while and he's only getting older, and that A has been kind of slacking off and hiding away in his depression from the loss of the 3rd Raikage. So back to the fight, Orochimaru then summons the 1st Hokage and 2nd Hokage, and while imperfect, they are still all considered Kage level by the surrounding Anbu generals watching the battle, and are enough to push someone stronger than the Raikage and Inoki. This is a Hiruzen who struggles to make 2 shadow clones later on, and can barely hold his staff in his hand, reaching these high Kage levels. From here, people kind of put it into perspective that Hiruzen really seemed to be struggling with Orochimaru, and even Orochimaru Orochimaru kind of jerks himself off about how he's beating the legendary professor so handedly. But this is not at all true. Hiruzen, just like he was in the past when he failed to capture Orochimaru and sat down and let him run away, is not at his full strength. So all of these feats so far are him as an old, weakened man and suppressed. To repeat, this old Hiruzen, who should be a retired, decrepit man just smoking his pipe in his rocking chair, is not even going all out against 3 Kage-level opponents and is still holding his own. When this battle was happening, Hiruzen used his adamantine prison wall to defend himself from Hashirama and Tobirama's powerful combination assault. And that technique pretty much summed up the entire fight. Hiruzen was simply fighting defensively the entire time.
Right.
At one point, Enma, his summon, even notes this, saying, "This isn't like you," and Hiruzen apologizes.
He says sorry,
and there is obviously a sequence where Hiruzen is closely inspecting Orochimaru, implying that he's thinking more about him. Enma is also implying that he should be fighting much differently than what he normally would. And while you could say, oh, he's referring to him being much weaker, that's not what's happening. Hiruzen, even in this final battle, is still not resolved in defeating Orochimaru once and for all. Right before resolving himself to using the Reaper Death Seal, Hiruzen has brief memories of his past, his village. This made Hiruzen recall that he wasn't simply having a back and forth with his old rebellious students. He was protecting his village.
Protecting everybody, that's the Kage.
At this moment, Hiruzen actually snaps and went all out, and while he was tired, the difference in power is very clear. With this, we start to see how Hiruzen would fight normally. He summons shadow clones, and even after being struck directly with the Bringer of Darkness Genjutsu, he then uses the Inuzuka clan's sense of smell to smell the other Hokage through the darkness, deflecting their Kage attacks while unable to even see, and then tags and seals both of them. After sealing both of them away, he has more memories and more recollections. The memories of what he was entrusted with woke him up even further from the Kage. With tears in his eyes, he went all out and destroys Orochimaru.
Go beyond your limits.
Any effort at all, and easily knocks away the sword that would later throw Four Tails Naruto across the forest.
Oh, of course, yeah.
He then dies, sealing away Orochimaru's powers and 2 Hokage, who are both Kage level. All of this is Hiruzen at his absolute worst. The databooks go over what Hiruzen at his best might have looked like. A shinobi with all 7 chakra.
He was crazy, wasn't he?
Rumored to be the strongest Hokage, a god, directly confirmed that his talents surpassed even Tobirama's. And due to Hiruzen fully utilizing all of his talents and learning all jutsu and konoha, or most of them, it can be gathered that Hiruzen did in fact surpass Tobirama as a shinobi. Now, it's unsure whether or not Hiruzen can use maybe like basic forms of the Flying Raijin or not, but otherwise, he seemed to even know a seal for the Edo Tensei when Orochimaru was trying to revive Minato in their battle, and also fancied the Shadow Clones, so it's not illogical to assume, since both of these jutsu were Tobirama's, and Tobirama did teach Hiruzen, especially since Hiruzen had to deal with someone else in the war other than Minato and Tobirama. Not saying he does or doesn't have it here, just that if he does have Flying Raijin, it would not be actually that far out there. Now, this is just a data book, but are there feats to perhaps support this? Is there any more evidence?
Yeah, what else is there?
Like a statement? And the answer is actually yes. There are feats that directly support Hiruzen being more powerful than Tobirama and the 5 Kage, even as a reanimated old man.
Okay. Reanimated Hiruzen.
During the war, Hiruzen has 3 pretty interesting feats that happen in the very few scenes he's even giving during the whole debacle.
Okay.
The first feat he has is when he fights Tobi Zetsu in his wooden Buddha statue. This wooden Buddha statue was single-handedly beating around the entire Kyuubi-amped Shinobi Alliance and the 5 Kage all by itself, to the point that only a few people were able to fight against Madara in the back, even though everyone was trying to help them. The Kage and many others in their dismay have no choice but to comment how they aren't even able to budge the thing, even after using many large-scale attacks. It gets to the point where even the 5 Kage are pushed into a corner, and to their rescue, reanimated Hiruzen comes down and is able to hold off the Buddha statue single-handedly and counters its 5-style jutsu with his own 5-style jutsu.
Amazing.
Shikamaru and everyone else even comments how if Hiruzen drops, it's over, despite pretty much everyone in the Alliance of relevance being there. This solidifies the statement earlier in part 1 that Hiruzen was definitely the most powerful of the Kage, at least like not the Hokage yet, but at least the normal Kage, when he was alive. But it doesn't really solidify him being above Tobirama, as Tobirama is a bit more of a contentious issue when comparing him to the other Kage. That is entirely hell, the God Tree begins to run amok. Naruto is yanked away by the God Tree and Tobirama tries to stop it. Using his water-style jutsu, he finds he is unable to. He calls for Minato's help, but Minato was drained by the tree in his brief scrape with it. Tobirama in his desperation then tries to lunge in directly to save Naruto, but before Tobirama can even reach Naruto, Hiruzen blitzes Tobirama and obliterates the God Tree with his staff alone and saves Naruto single-handedly again. And while this isn't the most insane feat in the series, this, alongside the statement that Hiruzen had more talent than Tobirama, and the fact Hiruzen was reanimated in his old, weakened body and not in his prime body, should comfortably place Hiruzen above him, at least using empirical data. Hiruzen was even able to pinpoint the effects of the True-Seeking Orbs almost on first sight, and was even able to react to a True-Seeking attack with only a Shadow Clone. Now, whether or not Hiruzen could be Hashirama, as the grand legend suggests and all the memes suggest, is a bit more of a different argument, and while lore is on Hiruzen's side here, unironically, he needs more feats to place him there confidently. Regardless, though, he's definitely in the top half of the Hokage pecking order, rather than the lower half, as people suggest he is, at least without any weird amps or nerfs, and with his insane arsenal of jutsu and secret techniques, it's not a wonder Orochimaru thought the more ninjutsu you owned, the more powerful the shinobi you were, as in the end, he was more than likely subconsciously looking up to Hiruzen in his own dark, warped and cynical way, and their final team up in Orochimaru's change into a neutral party might have been telling of that. But forget me, what do you think about Orochimaru actually looking up to Hiruzen? Otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed the video. This video is meant to be more of an eye-opening and educational
I've learned a bit there.
debate-oriented, so if you disagree with a thing or two here or there, that is okay. And you can always debate me if you feel very strongly about it in my Discord, which I will link down below. I'm always willing to have a dialogue and hash it out with my viewers to prove myself and establish the truth, or we can find the truth together, so, please do if you really do disagree. And this is no different, even if it was intended to be more of a relaxed video. And other than that, hope you all have a great day, and till next time.
Cool. That was awesome. I never really thought about the whole Orochimaru, being different, because it makes sense that he's stronger in the war arc, because he's got his arms back, hasn't he? And he's, as he was at the start, and when he fought Hiruzen, he was stronger than it was, at other points in the thing. Yeah, it makes sense. That was a good little video. Because he was a beast. He was a beast. I liked the analysis that, he wasn't even going all out. Yet he was holding back 2 Kage level opponents and Orochimaru at the same time, and managed to seal them away, and then went all out. It's yeah, he was a beast. Absolute monster. Cool. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Steph's really good at, analysing stuff and pointing stuff out, and I like that. I like this little nudge where he's you'll notice all these subpar Naruto it's oh god. Yeah, that's just asking for some hate there, but yeah, I like that video a lot. I like Steph's stuff, and check out some more stuff in the future. So yeah, what did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below, let me know what you watch and discuss in future videos, and I'll see you guys, it's all you guys, next time.